Come on. I am so stressing out about this camera today. Oh, welcome, friends. Oh, sorry. That's not what you want. The very first second you start a video is for the aliens to attack from the beginning. What is going on? Hi, Becky. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I decided to repaint this and make it something I like. Um, so that's what I'm doing tonight. Hi, Janet. That's one of the things we're going to do tonight, if I can keep the aliens at bay. I have been struggling with this all day. Everything I put up here, the camera goes nuts. Hi, Mindy. It makes me feel so good that y'all are Johnny on the spot like that. Makes me feel like y'all missed me as much as I've missed you. Oh, hi, Holly. I tell you, the last 3 weeks they went by really, really fast, but it feels like forever since I streamed or did a video. So, I don't know. I don't think this is what the problem is. I think but see, while I'm painting this, it didn't do that once. But before I painted it, it was going nutso. And so I thought that it was getting, that painting this would make it not do that on me tonight. But, or the wax paper. I guess it could be the wax paper. Let's take the wax paper off and see if that helps. Oh, yeah, that helped a lot, didn't it? Good grief. Okay, let's see. Maybe I just need to zoom in. Maybe it is this. Let's get rid of that and see. I don't know why that never occurred to me, but okay. Well, we're just going to leave that away and hope that it's better. That was crazy. It's been crazy. I've tried making 2 videos today that I had to retry because of that. And one of them, I just went ahead and let it go nuts because I was tired of remaking videos. Hi, Arlene. It seems happy now. Yeah, it does. Okay. Well, we just won't use that thing. I don't have anything that I'm needing it for specifically anyways. So, hi, Joan. Woo, I have missed y'all. But I got a lot done. I don't know if you had a chance to see my my little short video I did kind of showing the room. If you did, you'll know that was the 3rd video I made. The first 2 I did on my phone, and they did not work out at all. So it still hasn't uploaded. It is weird, Mark. I don't understand why some things are that way. But you know what I'm liking the most about my room? It feels so much bigger now that I have some floor. It's amazing what having some floor does for you. Anyway, I wanted to go and show you a little bit more in depth of where I've put some things and stuff, but that was all I could do. So, yeah, I did that video before the 3rd craft room tour, but I didn't want it to come up before the craft room tour, so it just barely got posted. Hi, Mina. This was one of the things on that video that Janet's talking about that made me one of the things I decided to do. Hi, Roy. I'm so glad you're here. And my posse. That's right. I got a posse of creative people. And I'm glad my posse's here. All my peeps. It makes me feel good. One thing I want to talk about tonight, and we'll let a few more people get in before we go into it very much, but I want to talk about what I'm wanting to do on my channel in 2020. And I've had a lot of time to think about it because I haven't been making videos and I haven't really been crafting. And I've been thinking about, hi Kendra, it's good to see you. I've been thinking about, what do I miss the most? This is one of the things I miss the most, getting to talk to y'all and having you, chat back and forth with each other and with me. Thank you, Mina. Um, I'm liking the way I've got it done too. I still have a few boxes I've got to go through and sort stuff out, but I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling really good about it. And it's amazing how much you realize, when you're reorganizing your craft and you kind of get to pet everything and touch everything, and it just makes you happy to have it all over again. I went through and tried to sort my Happy Mail into different places to work on different projects with it. And it just made me love my Happy Mail all over again. I just got to love it. I've been hoarding it. I haven't been using it like I should. And that's one of the things that's going to change in 2020 is I'm going to quit hoarding my Happy Mail and start using it immediately. Hi, Cheryl. I'm glad you're here. So I think this is dry enough. I can go ahead and start working on it. And one thing I did do is unglue this and take it off. And I want to put it back on. I think I can kind of figure out where it was for the most part. Pretty much. I think it was something like that. And we're going to put it back on. Hi, Laurie. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm so happy to have you here. Suzanne, yay. Suzanne and I were just chatting on email earlier today. And I did bring my stuff that I gathered from my little golden book out, Suzanne. So I'll kind of show you little bits of the things that I gathered together to play on that tomorrow with Tanya. I hope y'all will come and do that with us. Tomorrow at noon Central Time, we're going to alter a little golden book. And tomorrow, and then on let's see, what day is that? The 26th will be the second one. Tomorrow will be on my channel, and the 26th will be on Tanya's channel. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm actually looking forward to it so much that I'm doing two. And I'm going to bind them two different ways. So, oh, I'm sorry, Becky. At least you can, and those aren't as fun to go back and watch. It's kind of like live streams. I go back and watch people's live streams quite a bit, but it's not as fun as being there. Yes, Roy, exactly. It's hard, and it's hard to part with it. I have parted with some things, and I tell you what helped me the most, Bootsy, was that I gathered some of it together and said, if you want this stuff, if you'll pay me the shipping cost, I'll send it to you. And being able to know that it was going to a good home helped me a lot. That helped me be able to get rid of some of it that I would have had a hard time getting rid of otherwise. And so thank you, all of you who were willing to do that, and those who sent me a little extra too. That was much appreciated also. But it felt good to get rid of that stuff, and to know that I wasn't just throwing it all away. I did throw some stuff away. I did take a bunch of stuff to the thrift store, but hi Susan, I'm glad you're here. But it was nice to know that some of my things were going to go to a new home of somebody I care about, and not just sit at the thrift store or get thrown away or whatever. That helped me let go of it. Hannah's always been that way. When she was a little bitty girl, we would go through and try to clean toys out, and she had the hardest time letting go of anything. But if she could give it to one of her friends or a cousin, then she could do it. She could let go of it then. And so I guess she got that from me. Oh, I hope I said hello to you, Cheryl. I think I did, but I'm not sure. But I'm glad you're here. Hi, Mary. I'm glad you're here. Well, I bet y'all know what I'm gonna do. The next step on here. Anybody want to tell me what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a second. See if you know what you're doing. I'm gonna go get what I'm gonna use. Oh, it's good to be back, Mary. No, I'm not gonna burn it. No, I'm not gonna put gesso on it. I'm not good. Inking it's a good idea though. We may do that, but that's not what I'm planning to do next. I'm gonna put copper on it. Hi, Patricia. I'm glad you're here. Copper. That's right, Holly. um, did I miss it where you said it, Becky? Yes, you did. You said it right on, but that chat had already gone past, so I didn't see that. Yay, Becky. Hi, Gilly. I'm glad you're here. Yay, copper. Me too. I'm going to start with this little sponge, but I may end up just using my finger. I'm going to have to get some more of this. Good grief. I didn't realize it's how dried out it is. Okay. Let's see if we can. Yeah, we're just going to have to use our finger. That's all right. I'm not afraid to use my finger. I'm just really wanting to highlight the textures anyway, because the textures is what I really like about it. I will probably spray this with a sealer or something when I get finished so that it will be kind of glossy. I really, I think I'll want the glossy look. Those of you who watched my video, I got my loom. I got my loom ready. Did y'all notice that? I'm so happy. That was part of what I did today when I should have been doing other things. I was getting that loom where I could actually work on it. That was one of the biggest motivations for me going ahead and cleaning all this stuff out, was wanting to be able to work on that loom. Okay, I missed somebody. Let's see. Bub Beautiful. It's good to have you here. Thanks for coming. We always like to have new people join our family and come play with us. Do you have a name, or do you just want me to call you Beautiful? I don't mind calling you Beautiful, but I would like to learn your name if you don't mind sharing it. Man, I really do need some more of this. Good grief. Does this count as one of the things I can buy before January? I don't know if I can get by another month without, or a month and a half without any copper. Well, hi, Hottie Popo. I'm glad to see you. Susan, right? Larissa. Be you beautiful. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I'll try to remember Larissa, though. That's a beautiful name. Be you beautifully unique. Yes. I remember, Susan, when you changed your name just for a joke. I think it was during one of Dee Dee's live streams. And then you found out you had to keep it for 90 days. I think I'm right about that. Turns out that it was such a hit, you kept it a lot longer than that. That was quite a while ago. How long has it been? Popo, she was the a monitor. What is it? What do you call what do you call the people with the wrench? She had a wrench, and that was so she was the Popo. She was the police a couple of years ago. Oh, at Crafty Mama's. Okay. See, I get people confused. But I remember how funny that was. And that's how I'm able to remember your name, even though I don't see you as often as I do some other people, because that was just such a fun story. Okay, I think I'm liking it so far. Are you gorgeous, Bootsy? Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit more texture down in here. That's right. Keep the trolls out of the chat. Did the hottie part come in because that's what she calls her husband? And I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correct or not. It seems like it had something to do with it, um, or it may have just been a coincidence of where the hottie part came from. But I always thought that was so cute that she calls him hottie. Hi, Patricia. I'm glad you're here. Moderator, that's the word, Joan. Thank you. Well, this is really hard to use. It's really losing its stuff. Okay, let me see if I can get a little bit more to work. And I forgot about this part here. This part looks pretty ugly. Maybe the texturizing it will make it look better. It just looks like a mess. This is Inca Gold, and the color is just copper. It always sounds weird to use copper and call it Inca Gold, but I know I don't like it when my stuff loses its stuff. Hi, Beth. It's good to see you. Anyway, it's Inca Gold brand, and it's copper color. This is embroidery. It was real pretty embroidery, but it's with all these coats of stuff on it, it's lost its beautimousness. So I'm gonna try to give it a little bit back with the copper. But I can already tell you I'm gonna enjoy working in this book so much better this way than when it was all those colors that are just not me. I threw away quite a few of those Pick 10 projects that were in not so great colors. That's the problem with Pick 10. Sometimes you end up with stuff you don't really like. Um, Not most of the time, but sometimes. Okay, I think we're gonna let that be enough copper. Hi, Ruth. I'm glad you're here. Let me see if I can get this off my finger. And then, woo. If you watched that video about the journals, you will see that my track record with altered books is not so great. So metallic luster. Um, is that a brand that's similar to this? Let me look for something real quick. Yeah, I've got this one, champagne ice, that's metallic luster. But when I got it, it was dried out like this one is now. This one was that way from the beginning. Maybe it's actually working now. I put some glycerin um in it, or is it? No, maybe it was just water. I think it was glycerin. A little bit of glycerin in it. I need to do that. Maybe I'll try to do that with this other one. This one's called champagne, and it's kind of a gold, but I use this one because I'm a copper girl. So let me find some. I know I've got some glycerin here. Here we go. Um, I don't know if I put just glycerin or glycerin and water. I think it was a combination of the two. Okay, let's just kind of. And I left that one on there. On this one, I left it on there for like 2 weeks, and it didn't help at all. And so I thought that it was. I probably just missed it, Susan. Laurie probably did. I just missed it. I miss things a lot in the chat. Anyway, now it's working good. It just needed to sit longer than I had, let it sit. So okay, so we're just gonna let this one sit now, and we will see what happens with that. I could already tell it was working. This one worked a lot faster. So how much glycerin? I don't know. I just squirted a little in there and squirted a little water on top of it and slushed it around. Well, hi, Maria. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm not very good with precise measurements, so I just do a little dabble, do ya, Yeah, there you go, Beth. How we think alike. So I enjoyed those assemblages projects that we did. I just didn't like all the colors that came from the Pick 10 part. So I think I'm going to like this a lot better. And I want to work in it. I think this is an altered book that I'm going to enjoy because, for one thing, I'm going to just do it my way instead of trying to copy other people. But also because it's sewing, and the book is already about what I'm going to put inside it, which means everything doesn't have to be covered up. So I like that. Measure. I don't know, Arlene. Now I do. I have learned since we started eating keto that if you're going to fix some keto dessert type things, which I don't do very often, but when I do, you have to measure those because it's almost as much a science as an art to those kinds of things. But I'm kind of a, just pour it in till it looks good kind of person. So Yes, this is a busy time of year. I was thinking I was going to do a hop, and Susan Hiles is doing a December daily hop, and I thought I was going to do it, and then I just got to thinking about all the other things I've got to do, and so I decided I may not do a December daily, um, and I'm going to do a Christmas book, but it's not probably going to be a December daily, and so I decided to opt out of that hop since I wasn't going to since I'm not doing a December daily. So, but I am going to do a Christmas book, and I'm looking forward to that. And that's what I'm going to do in the little golden books that I'm going to do are going to be Christmas. Okay, what else should I do to this before I put this back on it? And I am going to spray it with a glossy sealer when I get finished with the whole thing. Hi, Sharon. I'm glad you're here. I hope I haven't missed anybody. If I have, say hi to me again so that maybe I won't miss you this time. Um, put something on your package that, oh, well, cool. I won't finish it until I get your package then, Suzanne. Thanks. A casual now and casual December book, little book. Oh, interesting. I want to look into that. Are you doing that on your live streams, Beth, or are you doing it separate from that? Hi, Patricia. Cover up the green hole. Well, the green is actually tape that's covering up what's underneath it. Let me just go ahead and take the tape off so you can see. I wanted to leave this. I didn't do a very good job. There. Is that better? This book is a sewing theme. Is it this book you're talking about, Mary? Or that's a good idea, Janet. It definitely needs to be outlined because I've got some. Well, let's see if I can get some of this paint off first. Hi, Nettie. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you can lurk all you want, but thanks for at least letting me know you're lurking. That makes me happy to know that you're around. Because if you're here, then we know you're doing good. Or at least if you're not feeling good or something, you're getting some joy from just chatting with people or listening to people or reading people's chat or whatever. So anyway, I'm glad you're here even if you lurk. Let me just put it that way. No, it still has pages. I took a bunch of the pages out. I took a bunch of the pages out, but it does still have pages, and that's going to be my background, is going to be the sewing pages. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to glue two of them together, but I probably will just to make the pages sturdier, but I may not. I don't know. I haven't decided that part yet. I just know it's going to be a sewing themed book. And so thanks, Mary. I love it too. I didn't want to lose that. And so many times we cover up completely what's in here. And a lot of times when we're working on pages, we put down stuff like this to make a background. So I think it'll be, yeah, I am going to collage on them, Lori. So you're right. That's probably true. Hello, lovely Malaya. I'm so glad to see you. Thanks for letting us know you're here. I know a lot of people are lurking because there's more people watching than chatting, but it's nice for you to pop in and let me know that you're lurking. That makes me feel good to see your name. So yeah, these are going to be my background pages. You're right though, the collaging will make it sturdier. If I do a lot of collage, I may, if I'm going to do it on every page, I may need to take out a few more pages. I'm not sure. We'll see. Oh, thank you, Laurie. Thank you, Janet. I do appreciate the thumbs ups. I do. Look at that page. Isn't that just lovely? Doesn't that just make you want to play right there? Okay. Oh, I was going to put black around here. I think I'm just going to use a Sharpie, and we'll see how that does, because my painting skills are not where they would need to be to paint it on. I understand, Bootsy. Books are hard. Sometimes books are hard to. Okay, this isn't going to work. We're going to need to use a Posca pen, I think. I have a black one. Where is it? Oh, I'm going to have to get up so I can see in my box. There we go. You love sewing. I love sewing things. I'm not very good at sewing itself. I mean, it's okay. I just don't do it very much. But I love to play with sewing things. I love fabric and lace. I love the images that are about sewing. Oh, that's a great idea, Laurie. The heavy pages make a big difference on when you're altering something, unless you want to glue a bunch of stuff together. Okay. I like that. Do you think that's big enough black outline, or do you think it should be thicker? Thank you, Ruth. You need around to it. I need around to it too. I finally got around to cleaning my room. You have 24. You hear that, gang? She has 24 encyclopedias that have nice heavy pages if anybody wants one. It's perfect. Okay, well then we're going to leave it. That looks good. Okay, y'all all agree. So it's nice when y'all all agree, because then I don't have to choose somebody's version over somebody else's. All right, I guess we're ready to glue this on then. I think I may want to ink, though, a little bit. I forgot I said I was going to do that. I think I do want to. Let's get this. Okay, Cheryl says she has 2 books for Mary. I missed it if Mary said she was looking for a certain kind of book. Let me go back and look a little bit. Sometimes it's easier just to say, Mary, are you looking for a certain kind of book? Okay. Ink. think I need something sturdier than the foam I usually use because there's so much texture on these edges. Mary loves all books. I am so like that, Mary. It's a dangerous kind of place to be. My daughter is thinking about starting a YouTube channel, not in the next day or two, but she's loves books and she loves everything about the craft of writing. And so she's wanting to do a blog and maybe do some videos about writing. Anyway, I have to tell you the name of her channel because it's so cute. Dialogues with the Book Dragon is the name of her channel. She's already got the channel, so I can say it out loud without worry somebody's going to steal it from her. But she's not ready to actually do anything on it yet. But she's going to do some art for her thumbnail and for the page, you know, the heading page of her channel that are drawings of a dragon with books. Suzanne likes books because they have paper in them. Yeah. Yeah. We all hoard books. Well, at least my family hoards books. And most of the people who are sitting here watching probably hoard books too. Yep. Oh, stop it. Okay, why is this doing this now? It was being good. I don't understand. If any of you know what makes that happen and how to stop it, let me know, because that's frustrating me. And I have been very frustrated by it today. It's been like everything I try to do today. Okay, I think I like that better. Camera ghosts. Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like camera ghosts. I call them aliens. I don't like them if they're aliens either. Let me get some stuff out of the way. I want y'all to know tonight when I get through with my live stream, I'm going to put everything up. I'm not going to go immediately back into messy mode. Okay. Look at that. That's what happens when you try to ink the side. It tears up the sponge. I'm glad that was a sponge that was old. I mean, that, you know, not one that I care about too much. Okay. Now then, gremlins. Maybe they are gremlins. I don't know. Gremlins, ghosts, aliens. All of them are frustrating. Whichever one it is, it's frustrating. Okay. All right. I'm going to get, hi, Tanya. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to glue this on. Oh, that's okay. I'm just glad you're here. I'm going to glue this on, and then I'm going to show the stuff that I've gathered together for my little golden book. So Suzanne was asking me today what kinds of things. I don't know, Laurie. It depends on what it's like at the end. You know, after I've filled it up, I'll probably wait till then to add a closure to it because I don't know. I'm not sure what kind I want or what kind I'll need. Let me get the glue real quick. Oh, wait, maybe it's in here. There we go. All right, let me see if. Okay. What did you miss? Well, I redid this cover, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm just putting this piece right back where it was before. I just took it off before I repainted it. So I think there's plenty of room over here for a closure if I decide to do one. But that's good advice because I don't always keep that kind of thing in mind. I have not yet, Tanya. I was waiting on you. Let me get, after I get this glue on here, then I'll get it out and show you. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm going to just put glue in the middle instead of on all those little things. And I'll put the glue up here. We have to let it sit for a couple of minutes before I go ahead and put them together. So hopefully I've got glue in the right places. Okay, let me get that book while I'm letting this sit. Is this the same one that you have, Tanya? No, this is a cheap brand of clear, transparent contact adhesive. I'm not sure where I got it, but it's just some cheap something. E6000 smells a lot stronger than this does, and so that's why I'm using this one. I have some E6000, but this is similar. It's just it's not the same one. Well, I didn't know if it was a different cover or a different sometimes they do more than, they do one book and then they do a new edition or whatever and add different pages or whatever. This one's from 1990. But let me move this out of the way. Well, let me go ahead and glue this down, and then we'll do that. We're going to say it's been 2 minutes because I'm tired of worrying about it. Okay. Now I'm going to move this and let it dry. Now we can look at this. This is the inside. I love these pages. Okay, Laura, you might need to go away. You might need to not listen to this. I think Tanya and I are going to use these books to make some journals out of and do it kind of as a collaboration. We haven't made a definite plan for it, but we've been thinking about it. So what do you think, Tanya? Is this similar to yours? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt your soul. I love your soul, Laurie. The pictures are just so lovely. And there's poems and it is wonderful. But if I leave it like this, you know what will happen, Laurie? It will just sit in a shelf and nobody will ever look at it because I'm not doing anything with it. So I won't look at it. Um, anyway, I've had this one for a while, and I've been holding on to it because it hurt my heart to think about taking it apart too. But it has sat in a shelf for, since I got it, until I saw Tanya looking through hers. Now that's a good idea, Laurie. At least you're using yours. When I saw this picture, that's when I said, oh, I think I have that book. Fairy journals for sure. Okay, Tanya. I'm up for it. Laurie, you'll just have to maybe avoid those videos. Tanya, are you wanting to do it like live together, or are you wanting to do them in videos? I think it would be fun to do them live together too. This would be like an ongoing project. We would have to work on, maybe once a month for a year or something like that. I don't know. I think because I want to do it well if I'm going to do it. I have, let me get something, just a second. I also have these pages out of another fairy book, and I've made a few cards, like journaling cards with some of these little pieces of these. And these are not flower fairies. They're just different kinds of fairies, but I love the writing and everything. I thought it might be fun to incorporate these in there too. Well, I haven't been gathering fairies either. I just happened to have this book, and then I found that book. So this is all the fairy stuff I have right here. Oh, I saw the Squished Fairy book. I remember you showing that one. Oh, goodness. But these are, this one's kind of like a journal already. It's the fairy's journal, Yes, I do remember that. Your sister's present. Oh. But this one has, some, this one has fairy dust in it. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's just got some glitter glued down. We'll get you some fairy stuff, Holly, and play along when we do this. I don't know when we'll start it, but if y'all want to do a fairy book with us. Yeah, that would be a good idea. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing with my Bentley girls is, well, not, I want it to be like it's their scrapbook. So maybe I'll write in there things that they might have said about whoever the picture is or whatever, But aren't those pretty? All right. Looks like we have a lot of takers, just not Laurie. I think what I'm going to do, well, we haven't talked about how we're going to do it, Laurie. My plan was to build a book and use this to put in that book, rather than taking some of the pages out and leaving some of the pages in and using this as my book. What were you thinking, Tanya? Let's see. I moved it and then. Yeah, the plan is to do a little collecting. Everybody needs a plan. That's right. So do some fairy collecting. You're thinking to build a book too. Okay. Well, that was my plan, to just use these things in a book that we build. Are you planning to build like a junk journal, or start with fresh, clean paper, or coffee dyed paper, or what are you thinking? Use parts from different books. Yeah. Look at this. The Dictionary of Fairy Trees. I just love it. Cheryl's good at collecting. Yay. Oh, well, Debbie's probably got some good ideas then. I don't have a specific plan yet either, Tanya. I was just asking. Oh, great. Thanks, Hannah. Hannah's going to let me show you some of her illustrations that she's been doing. Let me go ahead and look through. Well, where do you want to start? Can I just start at the beginning? And
no, they've seen most of the beginning already.
Oh, okay.
And some of it isn't finished after that.
Well, get to the page where I can start. And oh, bye-bye, Mary. Good night. Thanks for popping in. Okay. Okay. Let's see if, let me zoom in a little bit. I'm going to zoom this way because it'll be easier. Star Follower is it's an idea for a story that she has. And so these are some illustrations that she's thinking about using for that story. There was much said of the Majestic's last voyage.
It's based off of the first edition paperback printing of the first 3 Redwall books. They were all done in that style.
Okay, this style of this page is based on that. Okay. Oh.
That has nothing to do with that story. So
that's fine. Well, the rest of these don't either, do they?
No.
Okay. So here's an illustration that she did, and it's from what's this What's it?
It's a song by Sleeping at Last.
Okay. Can y'all hear her? Tell us the line.
It's from a song called Noble Aim in the Yearbook album, and the line is, "We lean like gardens toward light, we reach with all of our might."
So that's her. Isn't that gorgeous? And then this one.
That is the song by Grace VanderWaal, Hideaway, and this lyric in particular is from the chorus. I think it says, "So let's just play pretend and find a secret place when the world around us says that we should act our age." And then this one is the line that comes just after that in the chorus, and it's my favorite lyric, and I'm glad I found a way to draw it without being depressing.
The day's gonna come when there's no time left to waste. Ooh, I almost had it out of frame there. Sorry.
And the mountain you like so much is in the middle. There's nothing past that.
Tanya says she really likes how you left some of the parts outside the border.
I really like that too. The mountain you like so much is between those two.
Oh, did I miss it?
I skipped it because they were connected through the song.
Okay. Here's another one. Isn't that pretty? I love this one. Are you going to color them?
None of the ones in that book.
She's not going to color these because it's sketchbook paper, not it's not a paper because she would want to watercolor it probably. So, hello, Ink and Ivory. It's good to see you. Thank you. You would love to be hiking there. I would love to hike there too.
You really wouldn't.
I really wouldn't.
It's the castle east of the sun and west of the moon where trolls live.
Oh, never mind. You don't want to go there, Ink and Ivory paper. It's where the trolls live. And then here is
the latest one.
Her newest one is Ship in a Bottle. This one she did on paper where she could color it with watercolors. So thank you. I appreciate you being willing to bring those out. Let's look.
Welcome.
It's good to have you here, Ink and Ivory Paper Company. I don't know what to call you. That's a lot to say. Okay, let me put this back up some. Debbie says she's proud of you, Hannah. Ruth says thank you for sharing. They're all saying thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Viv, okay, I'll try to remember that. Thanks for coming over and for popping in and talking to us instead of just lurking. We appreciate that. I need Hannah to teach me how to draw too. I imagine there are a lot of people who think they have the trolls living next door to them, Arlene. And she's already gone out the door. So I'll just show you the rest of these little fairy papers, and then we'll go on. I have one, I think a fairy wooden thing, and I think that and this is all the fairy stuff I have. So I'm gonna have to start collecting. Yes, Roy, it is. It's good to share, and it's good that when your kids enjoy it. There's a does it say a very fragile treasure? I guess it's a fairy wing. But that's one of the things that I've loved so much about homeschooling my kids is that they've had time to develop their artistic side. I didn't really have a chance to do that until after I got out of high school, and they've had a chance to go ahead and embrace that side of themselves, and I really like that. So yes, it'll have to wait till January, Tanya. I agree. So this fairy book's not going to happen till 2020. It's going to be one of the 2020 things. So Tanya and I can go shopping. Oh. That is so cool, Debbie. Well, if you have any hints for us, we would like to hear them. Well, that's sweet, Laurie. Thank you. I think this is going to be a really fun book. I've never done anything like that, so I'm looking forward to it. Well, I did that mermaid book. That was a theme book, but other than that, I haven't ever done a theme book. So, anyway, this is what one of the things we're going to do next year. One of the things I wanted to do tonight is talk about next year. Let me find a place to stick this. Oh, out of the way. I'm glad you love it. I had so much fun making that, Laurie. It was a blast. Well, hang out, and we're going to do a lot of it on live stream together, so you can come and watch and see it as it grows. Oh, a round book. That would be cool, Tanya. That would be cool. Now my brain is sitting here thinking. We go into all topics here, and we get husbands confused if they happen to just be listening in. Oh, yeah, round would be really cute. That's a great idea. Well, I want to work on that fairy book, and I want to work on my Bentley Girls book. Those are two things I definitely want to do. So, oh goodness, is he better, Tanya? Yes, I'm talking about you, Laurie. You're famous. We're talking about you. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's no fun to be sick. And this time of year seems to be, when people get the sickest. I really thought I was getting sick. Praise the Lord, I nipped it in the bud. But we've been having, like yesterday, it was 70 degrees. The high was 70 degrees. Today, the high was 30 degrees. That's the way it's been all of October and November. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that does not That's hard to deal with. But well, tell him we're praying for him, Tanya. We hope he'll be better soon. And Scott's not feeling good either. Okay, I want to talk to y'all for a few minutes. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to be doing the Bentley Girls Journal. We're going to do this fairy journal. And I'm not sure what else Tanya and I are going to do in some of those craft togethers for the next year, but we're going to do some stuff. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, Tanya, did you talk about December? And the we're going to do some Carve December live streams too. That's another reason why I had to not do that one hop with Susan. I just have already too many things going on. Yeah, that's where you carve stamps, and you carve one stamp a day. I can't remember who who the initiator of Carve December was. I learned about it from Mary because Mary does Carve December. Did any of you remember who it is that started that? I want to. Julie Faye Fan Bowser. Okay. I get her newsletter and everything, but I didn't think about it. Yeah, it's a lot of stamps. I'm thinking about doing some words because I want words that I can stamp on pages, like create and dream and believe and things like that. So some of mine are just going to be words. They won't be very exciting. And then I want to do some flowers and leaves. Just a second, Laura, let me show you. This is my carving kit. Tanya sent me a couple of these. I was so excited, and then I found some, so I have some more. So yay! I can do a lot of flowers or designs or whatever with those. And then I've got these. This is what Mary likes to carve on. These are what I'm going to do my words on. Pentel erasers. And then I've got some of these erasers and some of these erasers. I've got one of these Speedy Carves because I got it at the thrift store. I even have one of these linoleum blocks and some little linoleum carvable pieces. I haven't ever tried to carve on this stuff. I don't know if I'll be any good at it or not. But yeah, donut erasers. I mean, who would actually use something like this to erase with? I don't know. But they make really good stamps because you can do neat designs from Dollar Tree. Yeah, I don't know if they have them anymore. I only saw them once. No, twice. So I ended up buying 3 or 4 each time. So I have quite a few of them. But this is another stamp I got. I mean, a eraser I got a while back from Dollar Tree. I don't know what I'm going to carve on it, but it's a nice big piece of something. Oh, Tanya said her store restocked the donuts. So go to Dollar Tree. You can get a lot of good carving materials at Dollar Tree. I like these little ones. They're fun. They make fun stamps. Let me get mine out. These are stamps that I've carved. This one was made from a donut eraser, except the donut had a hole in it. And these donuts don't have holes in them. But I think this size is much more usable. These are huge, make huge flowers. I think you could use these easier. And I made this one out of I think it was a Star Wars eraser. And I really like that one too. This is the only word I've ever done. It says art, and it was just kind of a freehand play. So Oh, you bought them out. Oh, well, I'm glad they've restocked them. You could use them on the jelly plate. I have not used mine on the jelly plate. When I use these, I use them with ink, just on paper, just like the stamps you buy. I haven't tried to use any of these on the jelly plate. I guess I'm too afraid that I might ruin them. This is the only one I've ever done that was actually Speedy Carve. And I went ahead and put it on something wood because I was, and you can tell I need to go down a little deeper, because I wanted it to stamp the whole thing. See, here's one made out of R2-D2. And it's just a design. It's just, something fun to add, like backgrounds and whatever. Here's a little bird. Here's some bamboo. I wish I had done this one the opposite way, because you can only do it on this side of the page and have it look good. If you put it on this side of the page, it just looks weird. And there's my little city. I need to clean it up some more too, but I kind of like leaving a little bit of that, because then it shows, it makes it look more, yeah, it's one of these, and I got them at Dollar Tree. Both of these came from Dollar Tree. They're different brands, but I think all of my erasers except these came from Dollar Tree. That's right. That's true. That's a good idea. And if I stamp it on there and then carve it, it would be backwards, right? It would be opposite from this. That's a good idea. Yeah, see, they're thick enough you can carve on both sides. And I did this one the same way. There's just kind of a background stamp, and there's a feather. I don't really love this feather. It didn't turn out all that great. I love this one and these. So see, you get 2 for 1. And this was also a Dollar Tree eraser, and it was the Statue of Liberty. So I made me a branch, and then I put the little birdie on the branch. And here's another one of those erasers of the Star Wars, or whatever it is. Whatever this is, there's another one of those erasers. I didn't realize that was in here. It needs to be over here where I can use it. And I've done some little houses. So I can make my own little city. And there's some books, a stack of books. What I was getting it out to show you was what you can do with these little ones, like these little square ones. If you do it and go around, well, let me just get some ink out and show you. Might as well give a real demonstration here. Yeah, these are stamps that I carved. And I think these are fun because you can do this. I hope I did that one right. Yeah. You have to pay attention which way you turn it for it to work, but isn't that fun? Okay, I'll show my tools. Let's do the books real quick. There's a stack of books. And some of these, are just fun, like in the background. And you could even do them really light, Here's another one that's a flower. I like flowers. Okay, she wants to see carving tools. Let me put these back up. A lot of them, I just think up something I would like to have a stamp of, like the little houses. I just thought it would be fun to have stamps of little houses, and so I did it. This, I was just thinking, what can I do in a circle? And I thought, oh, a spiral would be fun. So I would like to have stamps of feathers, and so I did some feathers. So anything you want to have a stamp of, you just make it. I didn't have any bird stamps, so I made a bird stamp, and then I needed a tree branch for the bird stamp. So that's kind of how my inspiration goes. It's just whatever comes to my mind. I started with these. These are actually wood carving tools. But I did my first bunch of stamps with these because I didn't use them all. I used the little V and the U shapes, that are basically the same shapes that you get. I don't know if you can even tell, that you get in the carving sets. But these are just cheap wood carving tools. And then I got this, and this is a speedball set. I got this at a like a thrift store. It was a wholesale. I don't know what you call it. One of those things where they buy out places. So it comes with a bunch of different blades. I need to order some more of these little bitty ones because those little bitty ones are the ones I need. I've got them on Amazon on my wish list. I just keep forgetting to order them, but I need to do that so they can be here by December. Because those are a replaceable item, so I think I would be safe ordering those, even though I'm a no spend. This is another kind of set. This is also a speedball linoleum cutter, but it has the same kinds of heads in it. I got this one at a estate sale, I think, for a couple of dollars, $2.50. So I have those, and then this one just came with 2 blades, but it came in a kit that I got clearanced at Hobby Lobby. And this one, you actually just shove those down in it. I haven't ever used one like this before, but it was with this Speedy Carve. This and the Speedy Carve, I think it ended up costing me $2.50. It was in a kit. There was some other stuff in the kit, but I didn't keep that other stuff. Yes, I agree. Having more than one handle makes it much easier. You don't have to change them out all the time, which is why, I did it for that reason, as well as for the fact that if you have, I got extra blades that way. So, but I don't think I paid full price for any of my carving stuff except these wood carving tools that I bought a long time ago. So, and then I have an ink pen in there to draw my designs with. Oh, well, you got a nice husband, Tanya. There you go. Laurie says, look on eBay. You can get sets starting at $2. I don't know how much shipping adds onto that, but yeah. Well, that's what happens. They loan them out and they never go back. They become yours. And what they say, hi, Tanya. I'm so glad to see you. Any other questions about Carve December or about stamp carving? This is just where I finally put all my stuff together, and you can tell I don't really need more stamps, but I think if I carve enough of my own stamps, I'll use less bought ones, and it seems more personal to use my own. So I'm enjoying, and they're fun to carve. Even if you just do it because you like to do it, that's a good enough reason. That's why we do a lot of this stuff, isn't it? Just because we like to do it. the process is half the joy. Okay. While we're doing this, I'm gonna, I told Suzanne I would show her the stuff I've gathered up for my little golden book. And I'm doing 2. Tanya, I'm doing 2. So I couldn't decide which way I wanted to bind them, so I decided to do 2. So far, what I've done is gather up the stuff for my pages, for my signatures. I'm going to have 2 signatures in each journal. I'm doing one with this Christmas Carols book, and one with the Animals Christmas Eve book. So I'm just going to real quickly show you kind of the papers I got for, let me get this stuff out of the way, because it will be so much easier if I don't have to fight it. Okay. All right. Let's start with what I've got for my signatures. And this one, my plan is to fold these so that it's going to be this size. So I made my papers where they would fit inside this size. Now you can see with the cards and stuff, envelopes and things, it's like a junk journal. It's not they're not all going to be perfect, you know, the same size. So but I've got this envelope and I think I'm going to probably bind it here and add something on that side and a card. I've got several cards in these and another card. I just tried to pick out colors that would go with this book. Let me show you what's inside the book first so you can have it. Oh, so you can have an idea of the colors. So these are, you know, they're pinks and greens and blues, and there's not a lot of red in this one. Just a little bit. Most of it's pink and green and blue. And so I tried to choose things. Now this one has more red in it, so it may end up getting tossed aside, but it had the green and the kind of pinks, and that's why I chose it. And the envelope. And then here's another card. And then this is just some note paper. I mean, well, it's stationery paper. And here's another kind of stationery paper. This is wrapping paper. And this is wrapping paper. And this is wrapping paper. And this is a jelly print. Ooh, I'm surprised my camera's not going nuts. So this is scrapbook paper. So I'm using kind of a combination of a lot of different things in these. These are all scrapbook papers here at the bottom. And then these are, this is wrapping paper. Again, these 3 are what I'm going to glue like here on each one of these pages, and then I'm going to bind it right here. So I'll show you how that's going to happen when we do the book. But and then there's a, you know, similar some cards, an envelope, another card. And then I think it's all this, well, it's not exactly the same scrapbooking papers, but the wrapping paper is the same, and another jelly print. So I do have some red in here, but where I have the red, it has pink with it. So I think it's okay. but I haven't bound them yet, so I could still take some of it out if I decide to. And then here's the 3 papers that I'm going to put, together on the end there. So there's my signatures for this book. And I just got out, here's some things I printed off that I may or may not add. Like I said, I've got a ton of stuff. I'm not going to use it all. So, here's some things I printed off, and I printed them off on this. It's not real creamy, but it's less white than it looks on the camera. And it's kind of that onion skin type paper. It's a little heavier than onion skin, but not a lot. And so I just printed some stuff off that I may or may not use, just so I would have it, because I thought they were pretty images, and I knew if I didn't use them this year, I'd use them another year. So I just went ahead and printed those off. My plan for the cards is real simple. Let me find one and show you. I'm just going to put it right in the signature, just like that. That's how I'm planning to do it. Now, if I had some smaller cards, I might do them as tip-ins or something, but I'm just making these part of my signature. And I got these in Happy Mail, and they're the right colors, so I thought I could use them. They're supposed to be, to and from labels for gifts, but I thought they would work great in here. And I've got this paper. I don't know if I'll use it, but I might use the border or the little snowman. Oh, there's some more of that. And here's a drawing that Hannah did last Christmas and gave to me. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. So I'm going to incorporate that. I'm not sure exactly how, but it may get, part of it on one page and part of it on another page. So we're just calling it the altered little golden book is what we're calling them, Susan, because they don't have to be Christmas. They just an altered little golden book. I've got a really pretty napkin. I've actually got a couple, I think, that I think would go good in this one that are Happy Mail. That's gorgeous. I wish I had found those napkins. It would be fun, but I have one, and I'm going to use it in here. I'm using some other Happy Mail stuff. And there's a tree that Mary sent out at Christmas last year. And I'm going to put it in here maybe. I'm just, things that I think will go good. I got that in Happy Mail. And that reminds me, I need to stick these down here because I just thought this is really thin wrapping paper. So when I put it in, I'm going to put one on each side. Anyway, I'll show you how that works when we get there. And then I've got, the cutoffs from all of those things. And then some more cutoffs. And actually, this paper I used in this book, but I thought it was possible to use. I might use some of it in this book. So I stuck it in there. Here's another card and here's some more cards. I may or may not use some of them in here. I just stuck everything I thought would go good. I put it in this box so that I could have stuff to choose from when I'm doing embellishments and stuff. I think that one actually, no, I put it in here because this one would go in there. Here's a little tatted piece. Here's some watercolor paper. I thought I might do a little watercolor and put it on one of the pages, and so I just stuck those in there. Here's another napkin. It's not a Christmas napkin, but it's the right color, so I thought, why not? I've got some cardboard here that I might use to make tags. And some bling. Somebody sent me some bling, and it's all the right colors, so I stuck that in there. This was Happy Mail. And then here's some little squares that may or may not get used. And I just put some other, stuff like this that I might use. Here's another piece of fabric. I thought about using this fabric on the cover, but I think I've decided to use this fabric on the cover because I just really like it. It's pretty. But I don't know. I'm going to try to incorporate some fabric inside. But here's another one. Let me get the book out so you can, again, see what we're trying to make it go with. See, it's got some greens and pinks and stuff, so that would be good on the cover. When I say on the cover, I'm talking about for the spine and to bind it. There's some lace. And I've got this heavy duty wool felt that I'm going to use to kind of pad my cover. Yeah, just put everything in a tub you might use. And this, where did the book go? Sorry, I don't want to get these out of order, so I keep digging through them. I think that this will fit right in here. Ooh, it may not. I may just have to use this on the other one because it's going to be bigger. This one is only going to be this big from here to here, so it won't really work in this one. Well, that's good to know. I'll just take that out. Then I won't be depressed when the time comes and I can't use it. I've got a couple of these little things that I made last Christmas and then didn't use that I stuck in here. Here's an old Christmas card. This one could go as a tip in because it's small. Here's some gold off of some envelopes. I don't know. Here's some more wrapping paper. Here's some stick-on little medallions. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but they would go with it, color-wise. So there's some little snowflakes, some more pictures, some doilies. Here's some ribbon. It says peace, love, joy, Merry Christmas. Hi, Allie. It's good to see you. Well, I have been looking at my stuff, and so I haven't been looking at chat. So I hope I haven't missed anything important. Oh, y'all are looking for Book of Fairies? Okay. I keep my my big box of Christmas stuff in the basement because I only use it for like a month out of the year. So I went down there and I just pulled everything out that I thought I could use. And then I pulled from that into these two tubs. And then I put everything else back in the basement. So what other Christmas stuff I have, I won't be using. I'm only going to be using the stuff in these tubs because that's all I kept out. But here's some little envelopes. I don't know if I'll put them in there or not, but they're cute. I'm trying to think what else. I've got these little stickers. I've got some blue ribbon, seam binding. Here's some a little baggie. I think this came in Happy Mail. And I've got this little old napkin. I'll probably try to use in there somewhere. Here's some stickers that are the right colors. And here's some tissue paper. I don't think I'll use this tissue paper because it's mostly red and green, but at the time I hadn't thought about that, so I just stuck it in here. I love Christmas morning in pajamas, and so I thought that might be something good to put in. I don't know if I will or not. There's some more ribbon. Here's some pages out of a Christmas book, little bitty Christmas book I made last year. I coffee dyed them. And then I didn't use all of them in that book. So there's those. Here's some more paper clips, a little notepad, some ribbon. Here's some silver doilies. And here's some more ribbon that's pink. So I thought it might go. So you can see there's just a ton of stuff in here that is maybes. Oh, and I got this cute little thing in Happy Mail, and so it's definitely going to go in there. It's the right colors for this book. Okay. So that's the stuff that I gathered up for this book. Let me put this on top so I know that I've... Okay. Is that enough, or do you want to see me show you what I gathered for the other book? Because it's a different color scheme, and so I did different things. Oh, good night, Arlene. Yes, it's at noon tomorrow, Miss Allie, at noon Central Time. Oh, thank you, Janet. So do y'all want to look at the stuff I gathered for this other book, or was that enough to give you an idea? Yes, this is for the little golden book. I'm not going to use it all, obviously, Holly, but it was just all kinds of things so I would have plenty to work with and not have to go look for stuff. Yes, I'm going to do 2 books because I wanted to bind them differently, and I wanted to do 2. That's one reason why I've got everything sorted up already, because I knew I wouldn't have time to do as much of that tomorrow, because this is tomorrow when we're starting this. So they're both Christmas. Yeah, they're just different color schemes. See, these are the papers for this one. One's a dark book and one's a lighter book. So they're going to be 2 signatures. If this is one signature, well, let me just show you. Okay. This is the stuff that goes in them, and that's including the cover. And then you'll need to add a little bit. So I'll probably have like a 2-inch spine on mine. I've probably got too much stuff in them, but I don't plan to, like, so the cards like this, it'll just be there. I'm not going to do anything to that. Does that make sense? So some of the pages, and the pages that are actually part of the book, I'm not going to do anything to those pages. They're just going to be in there. So I'm going to bind them and then work in them. It's easier for me to do that. I'm not going to be using the sewing machine. So if I was going to use a sewing machine, I would do them separately. But I like the feel for the book. And so if it's in book form, then I know what's going to be next to what. And so I'm going to go ahead and bind it first and then put all my stuff in it. And I'll show you how to do that tomorrow, Suzanne, and Tanya probably will too. That's why I didn't take this one apart yet. I took the other one apart kind of as practice. And so I'll show you how to do that tomorrow. But basically, there are 2 staples, and one right here and one right here. And they're in different places in different books. This one's way up here and down here. And when you take those 2 staples out, everything comes out because there's no glue. So we'll show you how to do that tomorrow. It's really not as hard as I thought it would be. So I wanted to do one in advance in case I messed it up. But it wasn't that hard. So I'll show you how to do that tomorrow. One of my books, I'm going to have kind of kind of a semi-soft back where I'm just going to have fabric and Tyvek and the felt, and the other one I'm going to do with a hard back. So I'm going to be doing two different kinds of bindings, and that's one reason I'm doing two of them at the same time, because one of the bindings is going to need some glue time before I go on. So I will, Tanya. Thanks. Yes, have an X-Acto knife ready, or some scissors, or staple remover. I have, let me see if I can find it. It may be in the house. I'll show you what kind of staple remover that I used. Well, it's in the house, but this would work. It's a envelope opener, but you could use the tip of your scissors, just something to bend those heavy staples back so you can pull them out. So, well, I am sewing my signatures in, but I'm just going to use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so it's not a hard thing to do. Yeah, a screwdriver would work. Tanya and I are going to do a New Year's Eve streamathon, I guess. It's not going to be an all-day thing or anything like that, but probably from 7 to midnight. I'm assuming we're going to go till midnight Central Time, since we're both Central Time folks. But we're going to be working on our project for December, which I'm not sure yet. I don't think we've definitively know if our guest is going to be able to come in December or if we're going to do something on our own. So we'll decide that then, but we're also going to be doing stamp carving and whatever else we find to do that night. But we're going to do something on a craft along, craft together thing December 31st. So if y'all want to come ring in the new year with us, you can. No, December 31st, a New Year's Eve party. Our little golden book in November is going to be tomorrow, and then on the 26th will be the second one. Okay, there was something else I wanted to talk to y'all about. Oh, about live streams next year. I'm kind of wanting to have a plan for my live streams next year. Oh, good night, Gilly. Thanks for coming. And one of the things I've been thinking about is building a lap book. And I thought if y'all are interested in building a lap book with me, we could work on it a little bit at a time for however long it takes on our streams on Monday nights, starting in January. Is there anybody who's interested in doing that? I'm planning to build mine out of 3 books. I'm going to find 1 book that's wide and 2 books that are skinny, if I can. 2 books that are skinny that will match up to the width of the wide book. And so, oh, good, Susan. A lap book is a book that folds in on itself and it folds out, and it has flaps that fold up and fold down. And it's a lap book, Mina, LAP. It's called I don't know why it's called a lap book. I think it's because you can hold it in your lap and do fun stuff in it. We made lap books different from what I'm going to make in January, but we did lap books in homeschooling with my kids back when they were young. And we just made them out of file folders. And that was fun, but I think a hardback book one would be even more fun, a grown-up version. I've seen some people do them on YouTube videos. I've seen a lot of people show their lap books. Let me put it that way. I've seen people show their finished lap books, but I haven't watched anybody actually put one together. Everything you need's on your lap. There you go, Susan. So there probably are craft along or tutorials or things like that on how to make them. Okay, there's one. Al John, you can look at her, and she has a series evidently on how to make a lap book. I may need to do that before January because I haven't watched anybody put one together. I've just seen their finished flip throughs. But I've decided I want to make one, and so I thought it would be fun if we did it together. You can use cardboard from cereal boxes if you don't have book covers that you can use. But there you go. Using creative means to display unit studies, topics, or projects by computer or by hand for most ages. There you go. And we did it for science and history and things when the kids were young. But this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to have a theme to it or if I'm just going to build it and then look at it and see what theme I want to add to the decorations. I haven't decided that yet. I just wanted to see if there were enough of you that wanted to play along that it would be worth doing on a live stream rather than doing videos. Yeah, you can just, I mean, it's a real mixed media kind of thing, which is one thing I really like. I like to do it too. Just a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Janet. There are probably 100 ways to do lap books. That's okay, Tanya. Hi, Susan. Susan Amy, she used most every color, but flows them slowly into the next one. Oh, I'll definitely have to look at that. That is really cool. Anyway, that's one thing that I was thinking about doing in January. I need y'all to be real and honest with me, okay? And some of the people who've been doing Pick Tens with me all this time are not even here, so this may not be the best time to ask this. But how many of you really want to keep on doing Pick Tens on Monday nights? And how many of you would be fine with doing something different like the lap book or another project? I mean, we could do both, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of tired of Pick Tens. I'll keep doing it if there's enough of you that want to do it, but for myself, I'm kind of Pick Ten'd out. Oh, Patricia, she says do something different. Okay. There are a lot of Pick Tens. I agree, Laurie. The lap book will take weeks and weeks. Yes, it will. Okay, so everybody that's willing to speak up says go ahead and do something different. So I'll give y'all a minute because there may be other people typing, but I thought if I picked, yes, I want to get back into art journaling, Laurie, and that's something that I haven't been doing except for Pick Tens. And I would rather do some that's just doing it the way I would enjoy it rather than having the prompt cards tell me what I have to do. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking is doing doing some art journaling, because I really, except for Pick Tens, I haven't done any regular art journaling all year, I don't think, except, when so I'm looking forward to adding some more of that back in too. Okay. Holly says, do what makes you happy. If you want to throw one in every once in a while, that's great too. So, and that's true. We could do that, maybe in between other projects, but okay. Are you talking about what you Facebooked me? I mean, messaged me about in Facebook, or are you talking about just doing different projects? When you say what we were talking about last week, my brain has totally forgotten that conversation just about. Except I know we were talking about trying to do some different projects and not only books for our get-togethers, Tanya. Um, okay, Susan says just do a mixed media Monday, which could be just about anything, couldn't it, Susan? Okay, we'll talk, Tanya. That'll be great. Yeah. Well, I'm wanting to do different things. But there's part of me that doesn't want to disappoint people who like certain things. But art frogs, we can hop from one thing to another. Well, I do. That's why my channel is Lisa My Eclectic Life, because I hop from one thing to another a lot. So okay, well, good. Well, good. Um, One thing I thought about, I wanted to have, some things that flow on from week to week, like the lap book. Um, okay. Tanya says, love the lap book. She'll try to play. So show us the book so we can look. Um, or you mean show us the kinds of books I'm going to use to put it together? Is that what you mean, Tanya? Yes. Okay. I will. When I get my 3 books, I'll show you what they look like, so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. I haven't chosen 3 yet, but it is similar, Beth, except that it's enclosed. My flip books, the envelope flip books, they're not enclosed in something. They um it folds up into a book. So from the outside, it looks like a book, and then you flip it open, and there's littler stuff, and you flip those open. So it flips like my flip books. I'll just in case some of you don't know what she's talking about. Let me show you. This is an example of the envelope flip books that I think she's talking about. And it flips and it flips. And so it's like that, except that instead of being layered like this, and it's enclosed into something that looks like a book. Amy started with 2 identical books with 1.5 inch spines. The center book she handmade. So you can do that. Yeah. You just need you need a book that your smaller books can fold into. They don't have to be exactly the same size as your bigger book, but if those 2 are the same size as each other, it's works out nice and symmetrical, which is what I tend to like. So, but there are lots of Al John. Amy is Al John. Am I right? I'm right about that, aren't I? I'm pretty sure that her channel is Al John, but her name is Amy. Now, I may be wrong, but I think that's right. I'm sorry I didn't have some links that I could have posted real quick for y'all to see. Yes, Amy is Al John. Um, anyway, I think it'll be a fun project and it'll take a while to do. So we can just let it take however long it takes. Hi, Crafty Kitty. It's good to see you. Ah, Janet, you're my hero. Thank you. Now, there are a lot of ways, like I said, there are a lot of ways to make these. And so it's kind of like these flip books that I did. You could do any number of things, you know. You could have other things that flip, or so it's kind of like this in that way, that there's no end to the number of ways you can put one together. And that's what's fun about it. It doesn't have to be, yours doesn't have to be exactly like mine. You don't have to have exactly the same things included in yours that I have in mine. And we can all watch Al John and we can enjoy her videos and then make our own. And probably none of ours will look exactly the same. But we can get inspired by hers and inspired by each other. And so I think that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. The other thing I want to do is actually work in this book and do some. I want to do some of these pages on live streams too, and I'll probably do some on live streams and some on videos. And then in this, we could do some right now. You want to do a page right now? Yeah, that's true. You could have a theme. You could have a steampunk journal. You could have a sewing lap book. You could have a floral or a botanical lap book, whatever. Okay, Lori wants to play in this one, so let's play in this one. We might as well play while we talk. I think I want to start in the middle. So there you go. A fairy lap book. Yes, you could have a fairy lap book. That is true. In fact, that's a thought. Okay. Now I got to find me some. See, this is the problem with deciding to do something on a live stream when you haven't planned in advance, because I don't have any of my stuff out. So you're going to have to give me a minute to rummage around and grab some stuff. So y'all just chat while I grab some stuff. Well, good grief. Well, I'm in a conundrum. I had all those. Oh, no, I know where they are. Sorry. Second. Okay. Okay. I could not figure out what I had done with those papers. Hi, Kathy. It's good to see you. Oh, I just got back too, Tanya. Yeah, I cleaned and now I lost stuff. Well, I was looking for this stuff that I had used in that little flip book. Like these things that I had, and I couldn't find it. I finally realized that I had put it in a different place. I've got a lot of stuff in here that's not even that kind of stuff. Okay, we're going to just start with this stuff that I've got here. Oh. Okay. Don't use that as a reason not to clean, Susan, because I just realized that where I'd stuck that stuff, that was before I started cleaning, so I can't blame that on cleaning. I put it up there last time I did that other book, and then I didn't. That's my story. Oh, no, that's Susan's story. Yeah. Okay. I know I want to use some of this stuff. And this could be like a little flip up journaling spot. And I've got several patterns, things that I could use. I just grabbed a few. And then I've got some of these where I made a copy of some doilies and things that I have. So we could use some of those. That one looks fun. Maybe this one. I think I know what I'm going to do with that. So if you've got things like that and you can make copies of them, then you can use them, over and over. Plus, they're not as fat. They don't fatten up your book as much as the real thing would, although I love using the real thing too. That Okay. These kind of colors all kind of go together. That one doesn't quite. It's not that important. I don't, well, it'll kind of go with that, though, won't it? So we might still use it. Okay. I thought I would use this one, and I could put the, put the thing right in the middle. I think I just want to use this part of it, or maybe I could cut it along that. That might be fun. Let's do it and see what we think. Where are my scissors? Okay. I love that too. I'm glad I made some copies of it before I used it for real. I need to make another copy of it before I use up the other one so that I have more than one. Okay. I like that. I do want to trim this off, and I'm not good at cutting straight, so I'm going to get a paper trimmer. Oh, Kathy, sorry. Yeah, that's me. I'm a lefty. Get my trash can over here. Okay. All right. I like this. I'm trying to decide, do I go ahead and put it in the center? See, I tend to try to do everything symmetrical, which makes me want to put this right in the middle. But I wouldn't even have to use all of it. I could just put it up here. Well, that's interesting, Susan. She says, long ago, we would have several copies of the same thing, then cut out different parts to layer here or there. You might put 3 layers of one bow and 4 layers of a flower petal and 2 layers elsewhere. That's interesting. Huh, cool. Yeah, well, it's a copy of the real thing. And that's, it's like this. This is a copy. But if you look at it, in my book, you would think that there was really needles were really there and it was the real thing, which is one of the fun things about making copies of these. This was, I made copies of these because it was my grandmother's and I didn't want to use the real thing because I wanted to keep it. So, yeah, making copies and I wasn't sure how this would turn out, when you put something, because this part of it was really, really thick. And I was afraid it would really make it, have black around it, or it wouldn't shut good enough to seal off the light and it wouldn't make a good copy, but it did. So I was glad. So we've got this. I'm just going to kind of do like I always do and just audition stuff for a while first, because I don't want to end up not liking what I do. And I like that there, but I'm not sure that that these go with it. It's like it's a whole new different theme. It's like this is one theme and this is something different. Is that being silly? Okay, so we'll just look at this and see, maybe make that look like it's one book open, even though it's really the outside and inside. I'm going to play with one page like this and one page like this and see if I want to, which one I like better, I guess. Okay. These colors go good with that. Okay. Let me cut this. I think it'll be better. I was talking about this being, the paper in the book actually, being our background page because it was sewing related. And then here I am already pretty much covering it up. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the colors go together too. I'm thinking we might incorporate, we could make that a pocket and make this into a tag. I kind of like that idea. And I kind of like this over here. It kind of brings this theme over. They are pretty sweet, aren't they? I'm trying to, I think that would fit just like it is, but I'm going to trim it. I'm going to go ahead and put something on the back of it because it's too thin. Thanks, Tanya. I'm going to put something, I'm going to back this one too because they're both really thin. And then I'm going to trim this a little bit smaller. And I don't know if, I guess I could keep that. Okay, this I'm just going to glue down so it doesn't need to be glued onto something, but these both do. So let's do that real quick and then we'll move on to other stuff. Okay, now I got to get something to glue on the back of this. Yeah, how about this? Okay, I was going to go get some cardstock, and this is kind of thin, but maybe glued together it'll be okay. Okay, I'm gonna end up trimming some of this, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. We're just gonna glue. Okay, when I do that, I tend to put the glue on more space than I need so that I can be sure that it has glue everywhere. I said that, and then there's there's no glue. And right here. Just didn't go up high enough, or I put my paper up too high, one or the other. Okay, I want to see. What color, watercolor your edges in the book. Interesting. Okay, let me go back and read a little bit here. Cuz I've missed some stuff. I'm probably making these choices as much based on colors as anything, Laurie. And that was kind of like I didn't think the needles ad went with the embroidery piece. But then when I looked at colors, color wise, they went together well. So I, yeah, I don't know. We'll just play with it and see. Sometimes until you've played with it some, you don't know for sure. Well, and we all have different ways of looking at things. And you're right. They don't little girls and a rocket needle bug don't necessarily go together. Oh. Okay, I'm going to let these dry. And I'm going to ink this, I think. Because this is dark and this is kind of white. Girl astronauts are real, Beth says. That's true. Maybe those little girls are dreaming about being astronauts. This just made me think I have a box somewhere where the real things are, and I'm trying to remember where I put that box. Okay, I like that, but I also think I want to ink around this. Just because I like to ink around the edge of the pages. Okay. Now, I stuck those under there, but I don't really think I'm going to need that wax paper, actually. I don't know what I thought I was going to do that was going to be that messy. Yeah. Let me get something real quick. I just thought I'd show y'all. Here's the book. Whoops. 2 needles just fell out of it. There's another one. So this is the inside. And then this is the outside. It looks the same on both sides. So this is where that came from. Okay. What to do with this? I want to ink it too. It probably really doesn't need it, but. And this is from the inside of a different needle book. I mean, this is a copy of the inside of a different needle book. Actually, that is so white inside, I think. Well, where did that go? Oh, good grief. Well, I lost my cool little makeup brush that I got in Happy Mail. So I'm going to have circles on here. I thought I had it right there with all those ink pads, but it's not there. That makes me very angry. I hate it when I do stuff like that because that was really handy. And I'm trying to figure out where it might be that I wouldn't have seen it while I was doing all this cleanup, and I cannot think of where it could be that it hasn't shown up. Frustrating. This ink is sepia. It does look redder on the camera than it really is. I like it because it's kind of a coppery color. It's archival ink and it's sepia, S-E-P-I-A. This is probably my all-time favorite ink pad. Okay, I like that. But I'm wondering if that's enough. Should I do something? Should I do something else? Sepia makes everything look good. That's true. Sepia is, you know, those old photos that instead of black and white were brown and white? Those are sepia colored. Those are sepia photos instead of black and white photos. That's what that color is. I'm glad you like it, Cheryl. I love it. Stamp in the borders. Okay. That's a great idea. What stamp do I have that would work good in the borders? Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to see. This one doesn't actually say on it. I think the other one does. Let me look real quick. No, it doesn't. But here's the other one. And my grandmother smoked. I'm assuming that's where that came from. Anyway, this is the other needle book. I thought it would have the price on it. I thought I remembered seeing that, but this is from 1954. Okay. Hey, it's older than me too, quite a bit. Okay, let me look and see if I have any stamps that are. I've got that one we could use somewhere. It wouldn't work as good for a border, but I like that. Those words were not. We could put leaves around it. I took some of these off of their because I got so tired of those big wooden things, and now they're sticky on the back. Okay. Let's hold on to those for right now. And look in here and see if I have anything that looks sewing related. Yes, Patricia. I made copies of these because they were my grandma's. Here's some border. I think I like those better than the leaves. But let's see if there's anything else. I don't think I have anything else sewing related other than this. That's kind of a shame, isn't it? As much as I love to do sewing stuff. Well, I may have to look into that too in January. Okay. Well, now I've kind of got us where it won't shut again. Okay. Hi, Gloria. It's good to see you. Okay. All right. Which ones of these do you think we should use? This one kind of looks like lace. That might be a good choice. I love those little botanical ones. I don't know that they would be the best choice, but I really like them. Which ones would y'all choose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Well, we won't even use that one. That's not a choice because I wouldn't put it on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Okay, the lace, and then the middle one. This is the middle one. Is that the middle one you meant? 1, 2, or 3? Sue says 4. 4, 4, 4. We got 3 4s on that one. So, and a 3 and a 4. I think we're gonna have to use number 4 because there's more 4s than anything. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Okay. And I'm going to use the sepia colored ink because we've got sepia other places. I still think I'm going to stamp that on there. Well, no, because maybe I'll do it up here and it can be behind the tag. Maybe that'll work. Okay, let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, let's turn the book around and do up here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the corner. I don't think I want this right on the corner, so I'm going to think about it a minute while I do this side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do them, except for the corner. Let's start in the middle. I don't know how middle that is, but we're going to call it the middle. For some reason, this one doesn't press into the ink pad good. Okay, I like that. I think we're just going to leave the corners blank. Okay. Do we want to use it around? I think we do. Never mind. I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to do it. Since this is all, we want to make it go together as much as we can, so. That would go right over the words, though. I don't know if I'd like the idea of it going over the words. Oh, well, we're going to do it anyway. Just do it. Okay, Holly. It really holds on to the ink right on some of the edges. I really like that. If you're a perfect stamper, then you probably don't, but I kind of think it makes it look older. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Okay. Now then, I'm going to go ahead and just glue this in. I need some of that wax paper. Okay, I have way too much stuff in the way. Okay. I'm loving my glue sticks, Janet. Thank you again. Oops, come on, stop. Okay. Uh-oh. That's going to look wrinkled. Oh, I'm really liking that. Okay. I do not have any sewing die cuts, Tanya. I don't have any sewing anything except this paper stuff and that one stamp. I guess I should be putting those kinds of things on my wish list as much as I love sewing stuff. Okay, so there we got a little journaling spot. Should someone decide they want to journal in here? Put in things like that as if I'm going to do it. Oh, well. Okay, there's that. Now we need to cut these things out. I think they've dried enough. We can do that. Let's see. I'm going to use the paper trimmer for this one. Where did I put it? Okay. So everything's cleaned up and I still can't find anything. Okay. Oh, stop it. Okay. Let's trying to get this. Okay, let me find my scissors now. There we go. Oh, I need to catch up on chat here. Okay. Okay, there's my tag. And I think I want to put this little saying right up here above the girls and below the Butterick. I'll need to ink around the the tag too, of course. Okay, let's see here. There we go. I'm going to ink the back too. Well, I'm glad y'all are chatting among yourselves because my brain isn't able to think of any exciting conversation at the moment. Okay. Woo, look at that. Quit. Good grief. Okay, let's put that there. Maybe to hold it down. It is fickle. Okay. Oh, now this one. Good night, Mina. Thanks for coming. It is so nice to be back in the craft room, actually doing something besides cleaning. And organizing and making decisions about what to keep, and it's nice to be doing something fun. Although I have to admit that even though there was some struggle about what to keep and what to get rid of and how much is enough and all that stuff, it it was had its own kind of special kind of joy to be working on it. Okay, and now then I just thought, here I am once again covering up my border. So why did I even bother with the border down here? Because we know it's there. I'm tempted to put some right here. All right, Suzanne, you're going to be all ready to go. And I hope you enjoy it. I don't think there's any way you could not. This is great ink, and that's an amazing book. So, one thing I really like about this archival ink is that it's permanent. And like that, I like the colors of the distress inks, but I don't like the fact that they're not permanent. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with them. I have some of them, I enjoy them, but okay. I, I think I'm just going to have to center the pocket, y'all, because I'm a center it kind of girl. I'm a little bit concerned about the length of that, but let's just go ahead and glue in the pocket and then we'll decide. Yeah. If I had one of those affiliate links, then they would know what was up, but I don't. I couldn't figure out how to do that because it kept wanting me to put in a business name. I'm like, I don't have a business to put in a business name. So I just advertise for them by word of mouth. Oh, glorious question. Did you remove or glue any pages before starting? I did remove pages. I did not glue any pages. I took out a bunch of pages. Maybe not half, but at least a third. Yeah, Janet helps me out. It does help to do the @ and then the name of my channel so that it pulls it up bright. But so yeah, I did take them out. I did not glue them together. It wouldn't probably be doing this if I had glued them together, but I don't really like the feel of them glued together as much. And I think when I put something on this side, then it will kind of fix that. So yeah, these are nice heavy pages. That's true. And there we go. So what do y'all think? Does it need anything else? Or are we happy with it? Beth says it looks fine, and then she says she loves it. So, okay. When my son asks me if something looks fine, how something looks, if I say it looks fine, he thinks that means acceptable. So he wants me to say it looks great instead of it looks fine. Does your tag need a fluffy? It might. It needs a hole if it's going to have a fluffy. Or it could be something I just staple on. Let's find something fluffy. That would be fun. Gloria, what I did is I just went to the center of the signature, and then I pulled out a couple of pages, and I did that in every signature, and then I went back and I did it again until I got it about where I wanted it. So ta-da, done. Oh, I didn't make this a tuck. I should have made it a tuck. I just made it a flip up place to write. I should have made it a tuck. You know, one of my resolutions for next year, I'm going to start today, is to put the date on my pages. I do not do that. And so, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to put that in here. So what is today? The 11th. Okay. It might not get any other journaling on it, but it has the date. So I am really bad about not putting the dates on things. And then I try to figure out when I did it, and I have no idea. So I've got quite a few, I guess, I don't know if it's New Year's resolutions or if it's as much going through all of my stuff made me think about things in a different way. And so I'm going to start doing things differently. But, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I could write a live stream or video, or if I don't have that written down, then I know I didn't do that. Okay, live stream 11/11/19. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for that idea. 11/11 at 11 a.m. The war ended Veterans Day. I didn't know it was 11 a.m. Wow. What other things? Oh, well, I'm gonna do a video about some of it, but I'll go ahead and tell you. One thing is I've been watching both 49 Dragonflies and Joie de Vivre. When they do a junk journal, they make one and they work their way through it, and then they make another one and work their way through it. And I haven't been good at that. I'll make a journal and I'll think it's really cool. I had fun making it, but I don't actually go and work my way through putting stuff in it. And I think that they both also, I know 49 Dragonflies does. I think that Joie de Vivre does too. When they get Happy Mail, they pull out their journal and they do a page right then in that journal for that, that they're working on at that time. And I've always thought it was cool to put Happy Mail into a journal. And I like the idea of putting it into a journal that you're working on at the time you get the Happy Mail. That really speaks to me about what a journal is about. It's about what you're doing in your life, and why you did this page or whatever. And so I'm going to incorporate that into my new year. I'm going to make a journal and I'm going to work my way through it. I've been watching Mary, she's been making a new journal every month, and everything she does. Yes. So the journal almost becomes a diary. True. And Mary puts all of the art she does in that month in that journal. And I really think that's a cool idea, but it's a little intimidating for me to think, okay, I've got this journal. I have to fill it up in a month because next month I'm going to make another one. but I like the idea of putting everything into that journal for that month. So I've decided that I'm going to kind of incorporate those two ideas. And now, obviously, I'm working in the sewing journal. I'm working in the Bentley Girls journal. So those things won't be, in that journal that I'm working on. But I like the idea of just working through a journal and putting things as they come into that journal and then moving on to another one. But I'm not going to limit myself to this has to be done in a month, or because I might make a small one and just do it in a week. I might make a big one and it take 3 months. The other thing I've been thinking about is that I don't know what size journal I like to work in the most, because I don't work in one a certain size enough to get an idea. So I thought that I'm going to make those journals that I make, each time I'm going to make them different. I might make one a hardback that's about this size, and then the next one might be a softback that's smaller, and then another one might be tall and skinny. And I'm just going to do that and see how I like working through a whole journal in that particular size. And maybe by next year, I'll know what I really like the best, or I'll know if I like them all or I don't care what size it is. Does that make sense? I also decided that I tend to like do things in like one kind of journal. Like I have a junk journal and I want to just put flowers in it, or I have a journal that I just do collage in, or I have a journal that's for painting or whatever. And so I don't ever finish anything. So that's why I thought if everything I do, I put it in this journal. If I can paint in it, I can do fabric in it, I can do paper collage in it, I can write in it, whatever. I can do all of those things in one journal, and be okay with it, because that's what was working on when I worked on this journal. I don't have to do 5 different kinds of journals and never finish any of them. I just do one journal that I finish and then move on. That's my plan. I also was thinking about the fact that last year, I think it was 2019, I did a video on the things I wanted to work on this year. I didn't end up doing a lot of those things. And I think I had too many ideas of what I wanted to do, and they were all in separate places. And so I think the idea of having a couple, like a sewing journal and the lap book and the Bentley Girls journal, and if I can get my inspiration together for that Walk the World journal that I have been backpedaling on, those specific journals I'll work in because I like the idea of those specific journals. But I want to be able to feel free to do anything else I want to do and put it in whatever journal I'm working in at the time. So if we do a pick 10, I will do it on something that will fit in whatever journal I'm working on at the time. If I want to do something in watercolor, I will do it in a size that I can fit it into, or maybe just watercolor in the book that I'm working on at that time. And I'll look through and I'm going to do it junk journal style, because I like all the different kinds of pages. It's inspiring. It more inspires me than just all 8x5 pages or whatever. Number 2. What's number 2, Sharon? I think it will be fun. And I want to keep making videos, and I want them to be videos people will enjoy. I want to do live streams that people enjoy, but I also want them to be something that I enjoy and that I don't feel stressed about. So so that's my plan for 2020, is to not get stressed and to just do things I enjoy. So one daily art journal, and then other themed journals. Pretty much, yeah. And I may not do something in them every day. Um, I may do something in them every day. I don't know. I'm not going to tell myself I have to do something every day, because if I miss a day, then I'll get all stressed out that I didn't do what I said I was going to do. So I'm just going to do it as often as I want to. So, um, I agree. That's what it's all about, right? It's about, um, when I started this stuff, I was doing spinning and weaving, and I really enjoyed it, but it really hurt my back, and my health issues were getting worse and worse, to where I just didn't feel like doing anything. In fact, I spent way too much time in bed just being miserable. And that's when I discovered paper crafting. It was at the like pretty much New Year's Eve, 2015. And I know that because I watched Heather Crafter's New Year's Eve bash, and it was so weird and wild, and I couldn't even it was just it was nothing like anything I'd ever seen people do, and they were having so much fun that I went back and watched her some more because she just was having so much fun. And I thought, I can't weave and I can't spin because it hurts my back too much, and I just don't have the stamina or whatever. But maybe I can do some paper crafting stuff in my recliner. And that's how I got started doing all this stuff. And it wasn't until the end of 2017 when I felt good enough to even think about making a video. I mean, before that, I was just surviving. And then in 2017, we started eating keto, and I started feeling better and having more energy and able to do things and not feeling like I wanted to sleep all the time and not having as much pain, even though there's still back pain. I wasn't living with a constant migraine. And as I got towards the end of that year, that's when I decided, I might enjoy making a video or two. And so here we are. That was, yeah, the end of 2017 is when I started making videos. Thank you, Gloria. I intend to. I said in one of the videos I made earlier today and posted right before we got on here that some of the things I figured out while I was doing this clean out, it's amazing what cleaning up your craft room, the things you think about while you're doing that. But one of them was that my daughters told me twice, and I think one of you said it at one time in a comment on one of my videos, that I feel like you found your style, or something like that. And what my daughter said was, you finally are doing what is you. And I realized that for a long time, I was trying to do what other people were doing because I liked it when I saw them do it. But I didn't enjoy doing it. So, but I had to do some of that before I figured that out. It wasn't wasted. And I still enjoy watching those people do their thing. I love it, even if it's not what I want to do. But I had to do some of it to figure out that it wasn't what I want to do, because I enjoyed watching it so much. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I've enjoyed some of my favorite things that I've done in 2019 is live streams and doing all those craft together things with Tanya. And some of you were on there doing those with me. And those were my favorite things that I did. I loved doing the envelope every day in August. And I loved doing that big fabric journal in October. So I've learned about myself that having a some kind of guideline for what I'm going to do inspires me, but I don't want it to be too restrictive, So, and hanging with you. Well, that's why the live streams and the craft togethers with Tanya are my favorite things, because I'm hanging with y'all. Y'all are what make them my favorite things. Um, yes, the group involvement. That's what makes it so good. Uh, I can remember hearing back when the internet was, well, say for even just 4 or 5 years ago, hearing people talk about worrying about their kids only wanting to be on the internet and they wouldn't have any real friends. And I thought, oh, that is a real concern. And then I got to doing stuff on the internet and watching other people, and I realized those are real friends. You can't tell me now that my internet friends are not real friends. Um, and so I'm happier with my son having real friends on the internet. He has friends he's been doing stuff with on the internet for 5 years. And when you're 20 years old, that's a pretty long time to be doing stuff with a certain group of friends. Um, that's longer than I've been doing this with y'all. So, anyway, you're real. Yeah. Mine too, Kathy. I have other real friends that I've known for years and I enjoy, but I don't get to spend time with them as much as I get to spend time with y'all. And that makes me sad that I don't get to spend more time with them. But, if it just doesn't work out where we can spend time together, but we can spend time together and still be at our home. And that's pretty amazing. That's true. Yeah. So anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying y'all. Y'all have brought so much into my life. I'm not even sure, and you probably all know what I'm trying to say because you feel the same way. Um, but it's the last couple of years have been amazing for me, and y'all are the reason why. So thank you. Okay, I think I'm liking this page just like this. Do you like this tag, or should I just put the ribbon on there? I'm thinking I love this ribbon. So I think I'm going to just put the ribbon on there. It won't be as fat as with the paper clip, but it'll still have the same kind of look. And I'm just going to do it like this and staple it on with my little tiny attacher that I love but don't use as often as I should. How about that? Yeah, it does. It matches the girls. Plus, it was just sitting right here. Isn't that handy? There we go. I think I'm going to use more of those kind of things on my tags. They look just as cute and they're flat. Another thing I'm going to do this next year. So, yes, that's right, Gloria. And I felt like I was really the only one who was having all these health struggles until I got into this arty community, and I realized there are so many of us. And so many of you found this kind of world before I did, but it really is it's been a blessing for me therapeutically, and I'm sure it has for most of you too. I order the staples online. That's the only place I've been able to find them, Beth. I just order them from Amazon. I think you get a package for like $4 or $5, and they have like 1,500 staples in the package. So, oh, Tanya says Joann's has them. So, well, I'm glad. Thank you, Susan. And Tanya says they're often 50% off at Joann's. So if you have a Joann's, that's the place to go. But Joann's is all the way across town, and my coupons never work when I'm there on the app or whatever, and I just get frustrated, so I don't go there very often. But of course, I haven't been there since probably July, because in September 1st, I stopped buying things, and there's no reason for me to go to Joann's if I'm not going to buy stuff. So, yeah, they're Tim Holtz. There are other brands I think that you can buy that will fit it, but I've always been a little bit afraid they might not fit perfectly. So, I just buy the ones that are Tim Holtz, then I know for sure they fit. But I really like the how much flatter that is in the book, and I think it looks just as cute. Oh, Gloria, I'm so glad that having us around helped. Yeah, I can imagine. Um, I don't even want to think about losing my husband, so I can just imagine how hard that would have been. And I would definitely need you guys. I would definitely need you guys in that time. We love you, Gloria. I love all of you. I just feel blessed. I feel truly blessed to have you in my life. And so, yes, you can. That's true, Susan. I haven't done it, but I want some copper staples. I've been whining about that, wanting some copper staples. That's what I need to do. I just need to, okay, let's just do it. Let me find some staples and see if I can color some of them with some alcohol ink. Let's see. Um, let's just get a few of these and set them out here. Well, let's put it on some wax paper. I didn't know if they would stick together, but we're going to try it and find out. I'm just going to do a couple of little well, 3, because 3 will fit in my thing. And we will see. We will see. So let me figure out what kind of alcohol ink might be good for that. I don't think I have a copper color. That would be cool if I did. Let's see. I have rose gold, but it has a mixative stuff in it, and I think that might make them stick together. I have a couple of browns. We might have to go with a brown. Let's. Sorry, I'm really trying to hurry here. That's not what I'm looking for. Terracotta, that's what I'm looking for. I think that's as close to copper as we're going to find. I don't have vintage patinas. That would be interesting. Is that a brand? Is Vintage Patina a brand? Oh, I have a Sharpie. I have a copper Sharpie. We'll do one of each and we'll see. That might work too. Okay. There's 3 things we're going to try. Let me find a copper Sharpie so we'll do all 3 and see. I know I haven't. Maybe it's up in paint pens. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. That's right. Well, this is archival. Let me see what kind of stays on I have. I have some stays on. Okay, we'll try one of those too. We might as well. It's not like it's going to be a huge major loss if one of them doesn't work. And if they all work, then we've learned a lot. Okay, we're going to do like this. I'm going to start with alcohol ink because it'll take the longest to dry. Oh, I didn't really want to get that all over me, but okay. There's our alcohol ink. That's a pretty color. Okay, now let's try the archival ink. Just because it's... Stop it, stop it. There's the sepia colored archival ink. That looks pretty copper. And now let's use the Sharpie. Okay. Okay. Stop. Stop. Good night, Teresa. Oh, tell your mom we said happy birthday. Archival ink and alcohol ink both sound the same. Okay. Now we'll do the StazOn. The coolest thing about this is they're all three different, they make different colors. Yeah, they all look different. They do. Okay, let me get a drink real quick. Now let me find something cardboardy. Oh, okay. Okay, that's right. Okay. Okay, what I'm trying to do is get these in a place that I can put them up here and y'all can see them better. I think I would enjoy using any of those. The alcohol ink looks like it's probably still not dry. Yeah, Teresa, that's the aliens. I'm sorry. I've been having a lot of trouble with them today. Heat tool. Great idea. See, that's another reason I need y'all. You're... Oh, stop. I'm not sure what I'm doing to make it do that. But anyway. It can't hurt. That's exactly right, Susan. That's what I was thinking. Oh, ow, they're still hot. Okay, wait a minute before you pick them up. Oh, goodness. Okay. It doesn't like my hand now. That's pretty pathetic. Okay, there's. Stop it. Okay. Alcohol ink stays on. Stop it. Good grief. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay. We may have to go home. Archival ink. Okay, I get it. You don't like that. And copper Sharpie. And just looking at them right now, I would say all of them will probably work. Evidently not, Patricia. And I think I would be happy putting any of those on anything I do. Let me put them all together closer so you can see how they're all versions of copper, just a little bit different. The copper Sharpie actually looks golder than the others, but this one looks antiqued. I really like that. That's the stays on. I really like them all. So yay. Okay, let me get out my little stapler here. And I have a whole bunch of staples in there, so let me take those out. Put these in. I'm sorry y'all are having to watch the aliens. Ah, come on. I'm not very good at putting staples back in. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to break each of these in half. Well, that's not exactly half. Okay. Come on. Okay, we'll have to save those other two for later. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, now I need to staple something. I need to staple something. Okay, what is making you act up? I'm sorry, y'all, but you have to watch that. Oh. I'll put those up in a minute, but find something to staple so we can see if they still, come out like they should. Perfect. And that's the ones that were the stickiest. The ones with the stays on felt stickier than the other ones. So those were the ones I was worried might not come apart easy. So now we know. No need to buy copper staples. Just make your own. Good night, Tanya. Good night, Teresa. Okay. Good night, Suzanne. I think it's probably time for all of us to go. Um, thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. I enjoyed it. I hope you all get some good sleep, and I hope you'll be back at noon tomorrow, so Tanya and I can, um, so you can make little golden books, altered little golden books with me and Tanya. I'm really looking forward to that. God bless you. Bye bye. Thank you, Janet. It's good to be back. Bye bye, everyone.